Hi friends, welcome. I'm Robin with Zimmy Simple Designs. If you see the red live light, you have caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in #replay. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching. No, you don't need to tell me where you're watching from, unless you want to. It's always fun to know where people are watching from. Let me know if you're new to my page though, so I can welcome you. Because I always like to welcome in new friends. I hope you're all having a good day today. I'm gonna get myself shared out here. When you hop on, say hello. I've got a few of the lives. I've been kind of busy this morning. We had one of our new creators come on today. If you missed her, you can go into the group and into Craft Around the Clock and check her out, watch her replay. I'm sure she would appreciate that. Miss Christine with Bloom and Restore. She is one of our new creators with Craft Around the Clock. And she did an awesome job for her first time in the group. Anyway, hi Griselda, hi Susan, hey Ruby, hi Lisa, hi Bonnie, hey Tracy. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Hey Lori, this is my segment in Craft Around the Clock, so thank you for popping in. Hi Carly, how are you? I do have an hour today. Hey Sheila, how are you? So we're going to be working with a bed spring. You missed her, did you? You have to go in and check her out. She did a church that was pretty awesome. She found a Goodwill find of a church and she redid it and it turned out pretty awesome. So, hey Kim. So I'm going to be working with a bed spring. This is one of the bed springs that we got off of that box spring, and I'm going to be hopefully making an angel out of it. No, I'm not going to use it this way. I know a lot of people do. Hey Kim, hi David, how's Karina? So I have just taken a piece of fabric and I glued it around the top, kind of the top wire, just this top section. And I was watching Miss Mindy over the Pink Llama. She is also one of the creators in Craft Around the Clock. And I went and checked her because she has done, she was doing bunnies, and I've done a snowman, but it's been a while. And I wanted to see how she did it. And she's the one, she used felt, but all I had for felt was pink. And I didn't think that that would blend in very well. So I just used a piece of fabric, and that's what's going to maybe, hopefully, may work out better to glue our head on with. But we're going to see. And then I created out of rusty wire some wings. I don't know if you can see that. And they're not perfect. But we're going to have to, the way I'm going to do this, hi Mary, is I've left this piece, I don't know if you can see, I've left this piece that's really long. And because I had to think about this, how can I attach wings to make an angel? So I'm going to, and hopefully this is going to work out. I'm threading it through these top two rungs of the spring. You did? Yeah, it kind of does. I'm going to thread it up through here like this. Well, hello, Pat from Tennessee. Welcome. And I'm going to get them kind of straightened out. And I left that wire long. And I'm just going to thread it around. Hey, Sarah, how are you? It's going good. How's your Monday? So I'm wrapping it around those two. I'm just going to keep wrapping it around. And I probably should have done, shoot, 2 of them. So hopefully once this gets on there, grab this. Doggone it, it's stuck on that. Come on. Well, doggone it. How is your Monday going? There we go. So I'm pulling that up tight against there. As tight as I can. Pulling that wire. And wrapping it around. And we're going to give it one last wrap. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere, hopefully. So I'm going to, whoops, kind of straighten them out. And the nice thing about this wire, you know, of course it's bendable, so I can kind of manipulate it to fit. And I pinch that down over there. And I'm using the wire from Factory Direct. So it's pretty easy to work with, this wire. All right, so there's our wings. Oh, wow. I'll bet she's having fun today. All right, so there's our wings. Like I said, they're not perfect, but that's okay. So hopefully those aren't going to go anywhere. You know, it is just for decoration, so it's not like... And I may take and... Let me see, let me think here. Maybe I won't mess with it anymore. So then I'm using a paper mache ball for the head. And we're going to paint it. We're going to paint it up. So let's set that aside. I knew I had to get the wings on first because of the way I had to do it. So I'm using my Afraid Not chalk paint in the color TP. And we're going to paint our ball in this color. And I do have another project if I get this done. We do have an hour today. So that's kind of different for us. But I knew, you know, this may go pretty quick. But we'll see. So I got a project pretty much, or another project, another small project that I've got prepped over here, just in case. So we're going to paint this. And I like using these paper mache. A styrofoam ball would work that you could wrap in muslin, whatever, you know. I guess you could take some fabric and make, fill it with batting, you know, make a big circle, cut it into a circle and put your batting in the center and cinch it up around to make a ball. You could do that for the head, but you could do anything, whatever, you know, you like to do. And if you're looking for springs, hey Chris, I am selling the springs. And I have this tall size and another size available. And they're $8 a piece, or you can get 3 for $20. So if you guys are looking for springs, I have plenty. Now, it is going to be random pick because I do have more of the smaller ones than I do the larger ones. So my husband just goes out there and he's got them separated, and he goes out there and he just grabs. So, so if you're interested, like I said, just private message me and we'll get them. And they're 8 plus shipping, or 3 for $20. He did mention that if you order more than 3, we'll you know, knock the price down a little more. So just let me know. And they're already kind of vintage looking. So they're fun to make stuff with. Like I said, I've seen people make bunnies, snowmen, scarecrows, made little birds' nests. There's lots of things you can do with these springs. You can put, I've done where I've made like flowers. In fact, I may do another one. I'm not sure yet. I'm in the Fun Friday, Dollar Tree Fun Friday event on Friday. And I may use another one on Friday and do something different with it. But I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. All right, so we've got our ball, our head done. Make sure I've got it pretty well painted. I'm missing hit a couple spots that I didn't do very good. So, but I get these paper mache balls at Hobby Lobby during Christmas. They're the ones that you can buy to, you know, that are the ornaments. I just cut the string off. But like I said, I like them because they're lightweight and you can paint them. You could paint a face on there. So I do like them. All right, so we're going to put that away. And then I've got 2 little eyes here for our, and I've got my, so I'm going to make sure to put the, oh wait, we're going to kind of grungy our ball up here. I don't know if my comments have quit working. Okay. And I'm not seeing any comments at all on my phone. All right, so I'm going to take some clear wax. And this is just the bare clear wax. So is everybody having a good day today? It's nice here today. It really is for June. I think we're at 76 degrees here, and there's a little bit, the wind isn't blowing like it has been. There's a little bit of a breeze, but, so I'm going over this with the clear wax. I hope none of you guys lived where they got the, hey Kim, I was gonna message you, but I knew you weren't seeing comments. To let you know that you could stay on until 2 o'clock. You had an hour. But I knew it wasn't going to do me any good because you said you couldn't see comments. So, but it's okay. It's all right. All right, so I put the clear wax on here, and now I'm going to go in with my dark wax. I'm going to set that down a minute. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I figured you did. Yeah, right now we have an hour, so it's okay. I was just going to let you know that you could finish your project. It's not a big deal. But like I said, I knew it wouldn't. I went to type it in and I was like, oh, that won't do me no good because she's not going to see them. I think that's odd that your comments work fine. But that's, yeah, that's okay. Because I can't see comments on my phone, but I can on my iPad. And others are seeing comments on their phone, but not their iPad. I'm seeing them on my iPad, but not my phone. Nice there. Is it, Pat? It's sunny. Yeah, I know. And then I'm wiping this back. I covered it with the dark, and it's just going to kind of give it that vintage look, that distressed look on our little head. Like that. So it just kind of gives it just a little bit of a distressed look, which I like. So let's put this away. And I'm gonna bring my little head back over here. Oh, I've got dog on it. Like that. I see two little fingerprints right there, and I didn't want that. All right, so I'm gonna put this down. And let's hope this is gonna work, guys. I'm hoping this is gonna glue down okay. So I've got two little half beads for eyes. Hey, Kathy. So let's see how I'm thinking how I want to do this. I think I'm going to glue this on there. So let's see if this is going to work for me. If not, I guess we might have to figure out another plan. I don't know. So I'm going to hold that a minute. And please work. All right. So then I've got little eyes. And then I'm going to add a bow. So it's going to cover, you know, part of all of this fabric. So, get off of me. So there's what she's looking like so far. Of course, I've got glue strings hanging everywhere. Everywhere. I think the neighbor man just came over to see my husband, and he's not here. So there's what she's looking like so far with her little wings. I know that wire is kind of hard for you guys to see. Okay. So now I'm going to gently lay this down. And we're going to add the little eyes. And like I said, I'm just using these black half beads, but you could just paint little eyes on here. Hey, Brenda. And the best I can, I'm just going to kind of center these. Hello, Glenda. That looks pretty good, but I don't like that. All right. So I am using the Tight Bond Speed Set glue, and I'm going to glue the little eye, her little eyes on. And I'm going to get a little paintbrush. I use a small paintbrush. And I don't use usually hot glue because if I do, I burn the heck out of my fingers. So this works out pretty good for me. And wouldn't you know it, my dog just woke up and she wants outside. As always. All right, let's get this, hopefully. These glued down. Yeah, now, just to let you know, this glue works pretty good. The only thing, hey Judy, how are you? Is it's for interior use only. Now, most of what I do is for interior use only. You know, it's my, indoor decor. So if you're making something to go outside, you would have to use this glue along with the regular Tight Bond glue, because this is, like I said, this is only for interior use. So that's the kind of the downside to using it. But like I said, most of what I do is for inside anyway. So, all right. So let's see. Let me make sure I've got her eyes on there pretty straight. I don't know, something about these. She's got wonky eyes. She's got wonky eyes, right? It'll just give her some personality, right? Okay. So now we're going to, I've got some fabric here, and we're going to make a bow. Now, I could make a little dress, could have made a little dress to go around her, you know, did a running stitch and put a hole. But because I wasn't sure how I was doing the wings, I wasn't sure how that would work. Hello, Monica. Thank you for sharing me. Oh, I don't know where she went. I'm sorry, guys. My dog's got me distracted. She's sitting over there. Sadie, why do you do this to me? And my husband's not home. Doggone it. All right, so I just got some fabric that I've coffee grunged. And we're going to make a bow. She's going to, yeah. I just don't want her going on my floor. All right. Do this real quick. I don't know where she went now. now. Thank you, Pat. I don't know if she'll hold out till I'm done here. Why do you do this to me, little girl? She's like having a little kid, right? Like having a little kid. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. I do. If you have a business page, please come in on your business page. I don't mind at all. We're going to end right there, and I'll trim that up. And then I've got this lace. Ladies, I hate to do this, but I might have to, hi Francis, how are you? Actually, I'm going to do this one. I might have to, I hate to do that, but I might have to get up and go let her out, guys. She's, I don't know what her deal is. You don't mind, Lisa? It'll only take me a second. Then she'll just have to be out there till I get done. But I hate leaving. I don't want to leave you guys, but hi Belinda, how are you? All right, guys. All right, I'll be right back, guys. 2 seconds. Go. Come on, come on. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry. I don't like doing that. I don't like getting up in the middle of my life. She needs a tip. Yes, she does. And I never know from one time to the next whether she's going to sleep or she's going to want to wake up. And invariably. And I try to let her out before I go live, but I messed up and didn't do that today. But she'll be out in the backyard. She'll be fine now. She'll go out there and walk around and check out the yard, make sure there's nothing that's come in the yard since the last time she was out there. And, you know. And if you have not joined Craft Around the Clock, guys, make sure you join the free group. There's always something going on. There's crafting in there, whether they're live or replays in there 24/7. And like I said, we just got a couple of new creators that just started in the group. So make sure if you miss Christina with Bloom and Restore, she was on earlier today. So go check her out if you missed her. She did an amazing job. All right, so we got that. So this is our bow. I can't wait to see. I'm not good with crackle, so I'm amazed at anybody that does crackle. Because I can't. I'm not, yeah, me and crackle don't do well together. Me and crackle don't do well. So I'm always impressed by the ones who can. I stick with chippy. That works for me. Oh. All right. And this may be a little big, but I think we're going to be okay. All right. And I'm going to pull this down. Straighten this all up. My husband's at the church. They're pulling carpet today out of the church. Him and a group. Well, I think he was going to call for some volunteers to come and help. Get the... Yeah, you know, Belinda, yeah, she used, I think it was the Dixie Bell, but I have tried crackle mediums, and I don't have luck with them either. Hey, Sharon, you're fine. Did you find your ring? I've been thinking about you. All right, we're going to glue this down, and then I'm going to trim it. I'm hoping you found your ring. You've been on my mind a lot lately because of that. I know it seems like a simple thing, but yeah, you're right, Francis, it can. I've had it, you know, done okay a couple of times, but for the most part, it fails on me. It's a fail for me. So hopefully I've got this glued here. And like I said, I'm going to trim this down because, you know, I want to still see the spring. All right. We'll get this kind of straightened out. Oh, I'm glad. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Oh, 2 days of searching. Oh goodness, I am so glad. That makes me feel so better. It really does. Because like I said, yeah, I've been there, so I knew exactly what you were going through. All right, so let's trim this guy down just a little. All right. Oh man, I'll bet you're so relieved. Oops, oops, oops. That one's really short, so let's shorten this guy up here to just kind of even it. Not that I want them all the same length, but I kind of, let's trim this one up a little. There we go. Okay, so there's her bow. And I am going to give her some little cheeks too. And she's going to get a halo. I'm just not sure. I thought I was going to use rusty wire, but I'm not sure about that. And she's going to get a tag. Let me get, I forgot to grab the tag out of here. All right. And we're going to hang a tag. Hey, Casey. Hi, Lavon. Thank you, Kim. But just think, these would be so fun. Like I said, these little springs are so fun to work with and have fun with. And I usually, oops, wrong one. So I just took my scissors and kind of distressed the edge. Yeah, or I've got pip berries. I was thinking maybe pip berries, but I think all I have are, I don't think I have any like white ones. I think all I have are red. Because that was another thought to do, was pip berries. I don't think I have any flowers. That I could do a ring of. So I'm going to stamp Grace on the tag. Paint them? That's true, I could. I could do that. I've never painted them, but I know people have. Oh, geez, Robin Spell. That was not too bright. Too busy chatting and not paying attention to what I'm doing. I need an... Oops. I got stuff in my... There we go. I kept hearing little kids outside, and for the longest time I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. My neighbor lady across the way is babysitting her grandkids, I think, and they're out there playing. They've been having fun. They've been out there for quite a while, too. Just riding bikes and all the fun stuff. All right, so we're going to crinkle this up. How are we doing? We're doing good on time. Like I said, I do have another project, so... And that would be a first. But let me get them berries. Let me see. Let me get this going. Because I do like to use pip berries for halos. If it was patriotic, I've got, you know, red, white, and blue, but I don't think it would go very well with what I got going on for this one. All right, so let's get our tag on. Let me see. I don't know. I'm just looking at my little bag over here of flowers. I'm looking in there to see what maybe I could, don't really have anything in there that has wire that I could make a halo. So let's lay this down again and add our tag. It's been really strange the last 2 years not to have kids around. When my daughter was living here, of course, her girls would come. Hey, Chrissy. And my daughter worked, so we would watch her girls for her. And we got so used to having them for a few weeks in the summer. It's even, this is the second or third year, but it seems really strange not to have them around. All right, so there's that. All right, let's see if we can get some cheeks on her while I've got her laid down. And then I'll try and, I'm just using some old blush that I have on hand for cheeks. But you could use pink ink, you know, like a stamp pad or paint or whatever you have to make little pink cheeks for your little angels. Use whatever you got. All right, there's that. And then I'll have to get a little. So there she is so far. And like I said, this is one of the longer bed springs we have. The other ones are a little shorter, but I thought it would be fun to make it out or make her a little taller. All right, let me see those pip berries I've got. Let me just grab this. They're in here. Let's see. I've got this bright red. Wait a minute. Oh no, those are red, white, and blue. Yeah, I don't think I want to do. But I got this, no, I don't think this, like a burnt orange color. But I don't think those would go either. Let's see. I'm kind of looking at the ribbon in my, or the color in my fabric here. And it really does kind of match. So, because it's not a red, like a bright red. See, this is the red I have. And this may work, actually, without painting them. So I'm going to see. Let's see, the fabric has like a red in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Thank you, Deborah. So I actually think that may be okay. What do you guys think? And I just like to wrap it, kind of twist it, like weave it in and out and make kind of layers so it's not just one single layer. So I kind of hold it. Thank you for sprinkling, Chrissy. How have you been? All right, get this going here. And I just keep weaving it kind of in and out when I do my... Thank you. Yeah, I do have some antique gold. But I think these will be okay because they're not like a bright... I have some bright red ones, but these aren't. Yeah, white wax. That might work too, Kathy. You're right. I do have some white wax. Maybe kind of tone it down just a little. That may work. That might work. And I'm just going in and out. Just like that. So she's kind of got a full, almost like a wreath kind of. But let me get that white wax. Let's try that on there. Hi, Cindy. How are you? How are you doing today? Let's try this. Let's see. Now, I've put brown wax on them, so I would think that this would work too. Oops. Maybe. Yeah. Well, I guess it's working okay. Like I said, it kind of tones it down just a little. Do you not have the grandkids today, Kathy? You got a day off from watching them? I know you've been babysitting a lot. So, see, it took it down just, I like that kind of, that look. I don't know if you guys can see that. I like that. It's different. And I keep thumping her. Let's go. Which way is going to be best to glue this on here? Yeah, it is. I was going to use a smaller one, and I decided, you know, I've never seen any this tall before. And so I thought, well, challenge on, because I've used some smaller ones, but I've never used any. So I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. And I just thought, well, this might make a cute angel. I want to try using them for, like I said, a snowman and a bunny. So I may keep a few of those springs and not sell them all. I don't know if I got that glued. I do there. Let's see what's going on here. Did I not get the glue in the right spot? Hang on. Try to do it so I'm not seeing glue everywhere, but get it glued down. There we go. right, so she just needs a button. And we are done with her. Move that out of the way and find a button here. Yes, I have an obsession with buttons. Just a little tiny one. Well, I have some little heart buttons in here. There's the stars. I thought I had some. Here's one. Oh. Yes, it is. Thank you, Ruby. It is. And I would like more, but I don't. My husband gets upset with me because of my button stash. You do too, do you, Chrissy? I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then I go into Hobby Lobby and I look at the buttons. And so I've got, yeah. So I have, this is the little heart I found, the little heart button I'm gonna add to this. So I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna kind of prop her up so I don't lose her halo here. And my sister gets them when she goes to places. She looks for buttons and she sent me buttons. You know, it's just a thing, you know. All right. So I think she turned out cute. Yeah. I think she turned out adorable. I'm loving her. I'm loving her. And that's going to be so much fun to do some other things with these springs. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. So the other project I did start or got out was I bought this beadboard I got from Kathy over at the Chippy Farmhouse. And of course we had to glue it up. My husband helped me glue it up, but I love it just the way it is. I'm not going to do nothing with it other than I'm going to put a top coat on it. Oh, did you? How sweet, Sarah. I bet that's so neat that you have some. That's cool that you can do that though. Thank you, Esmeralda. So I'm going to use the Paint Couture Dead Flat Top Coat. And I'm going to put a top coat on here because this has got a pretty rough, not that I like the finish on it. I just want to make sure that the transfer, because this is what I'm going to put on there, is this transfer. And this is an IOD transfer. And this was the Christmas collection from last year. It came out of this book. And I didn't think it looked all that Christmas, but anyway. So we're going to use that. We're going to put that on here. But these, I get mine from Decoupage Central. I am an affiliate for them. I don't know if this particular one is available, but they have several from their spring collection that they just came out with that is still available. And there's some really neat ones. I couldn't find one in there that would fit on this surface. I have some. I thought one of them that was going to fit on here was too big. So we went with this one. So I'm going to put this top coat on there. And I love this top coat because it is definitely dead flat. There is no shine to it. I love it. And like I said, I just loved the patina on these beadboards, and I didn't want to do anything to take away from it. And I probably, no, I think I washed this off, so. If not, it's too late now. So we're gonna get this on here. I'm not gonna probably get this one finished, but I will keep working on it and finish it up, and I'll post a picture. But I just wanted to do something quick and simple and show you how you can just take something really. I love taking stuff like this and making something pretty to display in your home. All right, let's dry this. Oh, I didn't come on early for you. If that's what you're meaning. I didn't. I came on at 2 o'clock. That was my time. Since we're doing the 1 hour time spot. Okay. Make sure it's all dry before I try to, there's one little wet spot right here. No, I didn't come on early. I came on the time I was supposed to. Oops. Come on. I did order more of this. I got it coming. You can see I use a lot of it. All right, so we're going to lay this down. And I know there's a lot of grooves in this. So I'm going to have to be kind of careful when I do this. So, hang on a minute. And then I've got this butterfly from Hobby Lobby, and I think I'm going to rust it up, and I'm going to add that down here in the corner on this. So I just kind of want to see where I want to place this. Right about there. And my husband finished the cobbler, so I'm going to have to make more. I know he will, won't he, Casey? He's going to be shocked. He's going to say, well, that's only because you had an hour. That's because you had an hour, not only 45 minutes, is what he's going to say, probably. But I've had an hour before and not, you know, gotten done. So, yes, they are, aren't they, Christine? I love going over to check out their page and finding things. I go over there and check it out quite frequently and get stuff. Oh, are you? Ooh. Yeah, he finished it, so I was thinking I might see if I can set my camera up in my kitchen. I might see. And do like I just pre-recorded of the rest of me doing it. But I don't know. Because I was able to set it up and do a pre-recorded to do the hummingbird mixture. But like I said, it's kind of awkward, so yeah. So I'm gonna just start off and do this. And I'm gonna get part of this down, and then I may cut it because I kind of want it to go down in those grooves, this transfer. But I'm not sure how I'm gonna work that. Anyway, I don't know who is up next after me, but if you're in the group, just stay in the group and hit refresh, and the next presenter will come up. Usually, well, I can't say usually. Sometimes it's Miss Judy from Kiss a Frog, but I don't know that that's the case today. Yeah, I don't know that this is going to... Oh man, don't tell me this isn't going to go down. Oh no. Huh. This may not work on here. Oh man. I figured the top coat. Shoot. All right, guys, I will finish working on this, and hopefully it's going to work for me. If not, I guess, yeah. Anyway, but here's my one project. We got our little angel done. Thank you guys for joining me, and make sure you stick around in the group. And you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Bye.